Very good afternoon to all of you. I, Tushar Shah, Company Secretary of the Sadbhav Engineering Limited, welcome all the members, stakeholders, auditors, and invitees to the 31st annual general meeting of the company, which is being held through video conferencing. I hope all of you are safe and in good health and stay that way. During COVID-19 pandemic, lockdown and social distancing norms, we are for the first time holding the annual general meeting through video conference. Firstly, let me introduce the director and invitee who have joined this meeting through video conferencing. Mr. Sameep Shah, on behalf of Joint Statutory Auditor, Dhirubhai Shah and Company LLP. Mr. Kaushik Patel, on behalf of Joint Statutory Auditor, Manpai Shah LLP. We have Mr. Shashin Patel, Non-Executive Director and Vice Chairman of the company. We have Mr. Nitin Patel, Executive Director and CFO of the company. Then Mr. Vashish Patel, CEO of the company. We have in the board group Mr. Sandeep Patel, an independent director and chairman of the audit committee. We also have Tarak Desai and those who have joined that independent director Arun Patel and Subi Parikh, independent director who have joined through online mode. We have Ravi Kapoor also as secretarial auditor and scrutinizer for e-voting process joined in the meeting. Now, before I hand over the proceeding to the chairman to declare the meeting is in open, we have 89 members. The meeting is in order. I would like to highlight certain point here. The joining of this meeting is open before 15 minutes before the scheduled time to before the commencement of the meeting. Members are encouraged to join the meeting through laptop and handphones for the better experience and use the internet with a good speed to avoid any disturbance during the meeting. Participants connecting from the mobile device or tablet or through laptop connecting via mobile hotspot may experience audio-video loss due to fluctuation in the respective network. It is therefore recommended to use the stable Wi-Fi or LAN connection to mitigate any kind of aforesaid glitches. As mentioned in the notice, the facility of participation at the annual general meeting through video conferencing or other audio-visual means has been made available to all the members on first come first served basis, except for large shareholder, promoter, institutional investor, directors, key manager personnel, the chairman of the audit committee meeting, nomination and remuneration committee, and stakeholder relationship committee, as well as the auditor who are allowed to attend the AGM without any restriction on account of first come first served basis. Subsequent to MCA Circular 8 April 2020 issued by the Ministry of Corporate Affairs, the facility to appoint a proxy to attend and cast the vote for the member is not available for this AGM. However, the body corporate is entitled to appoint authorized representative to attend the AGM through VC and other audio-video means and participate and cast their vote through e-voting. The corporate office of the company situated at Sadbhav near Hamor Restaurant behind Navarampura bus stop, Ahmedabad, Gujarat, shall be deemed to be as a venue for the AGM, and proceeding of the AGM shall be deemed to be made hereat. To transact the business as mentioned in the notice, the members were provided an opportunity to inspect all the documents referred to in the notice and explain statement by writing to the company at its email ID investor@sadbhav.co.in till the date of AGM. We have received requests from 3 members for registration as a speaker shareholder in the AGM today. All those shareholders who have provided us specifically to log in into the meeting, we are allowing them to speak once the chairman directs the same. We request the speaker to limit their speed for 5 to 10 minutes only for the benefit of other stakeholders. Non-registered shareholders as a speaker who are attending this meeting through VC today are invited to express their view and raise a question if they have any in the chat box provided. The chairman would responding to such query at the end of the meeting. Now I am handing over the proceeding to the chairman for his valuable speech.
Good afternoon, everyone. While it is challenging to predict the uncertainty of the future, the success lies in building the new path leading toward the growth that has not yet been imagined. By expanding the perception of the strategic options available, we can create the vision to own the future. The global economy withstand some setback during the year. the major outbreak of COVID-19 pandemic that completely changed the lifestyles of the people, changing the mode of interactions and transactions. Lockdowns, travel restrictions, and social distancing norms completely changed the rules, introduced new normals, while the Indian government proactively worked on averting the major threats of the community transmissions. It also gave the moral support to the infrastructure sectors to continue work on the major projects. It has a challenging task for the infrastructure sector to retain the workforce and manage their health and safety at the site. However, your company anticipated no significant long-term impact on its business performance due to COVID-19. Even though the economy had withstand the twist and turn, the performance of the Sadbhav has been encouraging, upholding that the vision and the corporate strategy we have adopted are in the line with large pictures we have visualized for the future of the company. As of March 31st, 2020, your company has balance order book of 8,371.90 crores. The order book to the sales ratio stands at 3.76 multiplied by FY20. Income from the operations for the full year stood at 2,252 crores. The EBITDA for the full year stood at 2,079 crores. The profit before tax for the full year stood at 110 crores and PAT for the full year stood at 85 crores. The EBITDA margins for the full year remains at 12.41%. The government has allocated 91,823 crores to the Ministry of the Road Transports and Highways under the Union Budget 2020-21. The government plans to invest 15 lakhs crores in the next 5 years. The highway constructions in India increased at 12.44% CAGR between FY16 and FY19. In FY19, 10,855 kilometers of the highways were constructed, and the government has set a target for the construction of 12,000 kilometers in the national highway in FY20. In March 2020, NHI accomplished the highest ever highway constructions of 3,979 kilometers. As on date, the company has completed total 46 projects in the transportation sectors, in which 43 of the highway projects, out of which 11 are the EPC projects, 11 BOD projects, 20 item rate projects, and 1 annuity projects, and 3 metro projects. The company has constructed roads and highways over 9,621 lane kilometers as on date, and it has contributed 89% into the total revenue for the year. The Sadbhav has mined 562 cubic meter till now, and which has generated 7% of the total revenue for the year. Irrigation divisions of your company has completed canal work of over 812 kilometers, and which has generated 4% of the total revenue of the year. I am glad to share that the SCL subsidiary SIPL has entered into the share purchase agreement dated July 1st, 2019 with the Inter-Ally IDBI Trusteeship Service Limited and L&T IDBI InvIT Service Limited. Under this agreement, SIPL has transferred its holding in the 8 SPV, a subsidiary of the Sadbhav Engineering Limited, to Infravit Trust during the year, and the trust now holds 100% of the total issue, subscribed, and paid up share capital of the above 8 SPV on a fully diluted basis as on date of this report. For Ahmedabad Ring Road Infrastructure Project Limited, regulatory approvals has been applied for and will be closed when the change in the ownership approval is received. Furthermore, your company has decided a merger of its subsidiary Sadbhav Infrastructure Project Limited into Sadbhav Engineering Limited. The statutory process are in the advanced stage, and the complete merger process is expected to be accomplished by March 2021. This amalgamation will enable consolidation of the business into the one combined entity, which would lead to the simplification corporate structure, productive utilization of the combined resources, economic of scale, reduction in the overhead, other expenses, reduced intercompanies transactions, and reduction in the multiplicities of the legal and regulatory compliances. Further, the company expects with this deal that its net worth will increase, allowing it to bid for the large projects. Achieving the holistic and sustainable growth is as the harm of the core ethos of the Sadbhav Group, and your company strives to equitable growth and fair distribution of the wealth amongst stakeholders. The company has been given employees opportunity to 3,423 employees. The company's progressive plan for the new projects would further generate more direct as well as indirect employment and business opportunities. The company believes to give back what it takes from the communities and surrounding. Hence, the company is proactive, working for the upliftment of the surrounding communities and provide the amenities like community health center, community infrastructure building, and need-based interventions around the project site on pandemic and periodic intervals. I appreciate and thanks to all the passionate employees for their contribution, which has made the Sadbhav a revered name in the construction sector. I am also thankful to all the stakeholders, investors, clients, community members, suppliers, government authorities for their support and motivations to us in the surpassing our own benchmarks and enable us to push ahead to achieve our vision for building tomorrow's infrastructure today. Thank you everyone. Stay healthy, stay safe. Thank you. Now I'd like to request Nitin Bhai to take the further process.
Thank you very much, Shashin Bhai, for giving the update about the company's working for the year 2019-20. Now, with regard to the current business and the plans, how the company has basically formed. So far has, first of all, if we see the total business in hand currently, as of now, is around 9,700 crores. Post the winning of two prestigious national EPC construction project from NHAI worth 1,572 crore. And this win came after the 5 quarters. So again, the focus is coming back toward the EPC business of the company. Second thing, so far as the deleveraging aspect of the company and the group, if we, I would like to put here that the post the stake sale of the 8 projects which has already been sold to InInfraWay Trust, the overall balance sheet of the company, the overall gross debt of the company has been reduced to the tune of 5,000 crores. This is the significant moment since last 15-20 years and in any infrastructure sector. Second thing, the company's basically focus is further to deleverage the balance sheet over the period of time. once the Ahmedabad Ring Road transaction is over, so it will go further deleveraging to the tune of almost around 450 crore odd. And going forward, company's focus is to complete the hybrid annuity project, which the 9 HAM of the SIPL's orders which company is having, and the 10th one of the Gadag Honali which Sadbhav Engineering has directly won from the government of Karnataka. So these put together, we are of the view that the going forward, the construction pace will further strengthen. So I would like to put here that the 4 EPC job for the Sadbhav. So first is the this Gadag Honali, almost to the value of is almost to the tune of 990 crores. The Kim Ankleshwar, the EPC value of 1200 crore plus, and the 2 EPC job of 1572 crores. So put together some around 3700 crores of the new businesses is going to start giving to give the additional top line for the business of the company, and from the Q3 onwards. Considering this, we are of the view that the top line should have the basically further uptick as compared to the past 3 quarters. And it is also evident during the last 3 or 4 quarters that the certain hybrid annuity projects where the land acquisition activity has made us little bit hurdle for achieving the desired top line, and also the basically the cancellation of the 3 of the HAM projects for which the company has already achieved the financial close, so which has been returned to NHA. So that has created some gap of the top line. But going forward, considering the current business and how the EPC has been basically taken off, so the management and the company is confident to take up in a basically desired manner. And also, if we see that the new businesses, currently company has submitted the bids for the EPC highway construction of 3 projects. The bids has been submitted for which the results are awaited. In the metro segment, 2 bids has been submitted for which the results are awaited. So all put together, almost around 6,500 odd crores of the worth of the bids has been submitted, for which we are awaiting the results. And also company is planning to submit further almost around 11 to 12 bids by the end of October, which is under pipeline, and all are under the EPC segment. So that is so far as the how the plans for the new businesses is concerned. Apart from the current businesses, the focus is towards the achieving the provisional completion certificate for hybrid annuity projects, and for which the company is confident that they, by the end of current fiscal, at least 6 projects will have the PCOD in the hand out of the 9 HAM projects of NHA, and the balance will be taken up into the next fiscal actually. So this is how the construction pace has been lined up. So apart from that, the merger already Shashin Bhai has covered under his speech that the company has moved forward towards the merging of both the companies. And once we get the regulatory approval, we will go for the further process so far as the approval from the NCLT and the basically the lenders and the vendors of the company is concerned. So that will be also in a place. So that is with regard to the business from my end. And again, now I would like to put a vote of thanks to all the stakeholders who have taken their valuable time for this AGM, all the lenders of the project, the statutory auditors of the company, Dhirubhai Shah and LLP. And also we basically welcome the new joint statutory auditor, Manubhai and Shah LLP, with whom basically we will take up the basically further course of the audit activity of the company for coming period of time. So this is from my end. And again, if any question and answer with related to the business is concerned, so I request basically the floor to have the question and answer, please. But before that, I would request Mr. Tushar Shah, if any point is basically if we have to take up for the discussion pertaining to today's AGM. So over to Mr. Tushar Shah.
Thank you, sir. Now, in respect of voting facility at the AGM, I would just like to highlight the normal process, and then we can take up the question answer like from the speaker or maybe from the chat box, and we compile and we can ask the chairman and CFO to answer that. But before that, regarding the voting facility, The pursuant to the provision of the Companies Act 2013 and SEBI LODR regulation, the company has provided facility for voting by electronic means to all its members to enable cast their vote electronically, and business may be transacted through such e-voting. For the purpose of this, the company has tied up with the CDSL for facilitating voting through electronic means as authorized agency. The company has provided remote e-voting facility to all the persons who are a member on 22nd September 2020, a cutoff date for the vote on all 8 resolutions set out in the notice of AGM. Members attending AGM today who have not casted their vote by remote e-voting are entitled to exercise the right to vote by e-voting. Mr. Ravi Kapoor, practicing company secretary, has been appointed by the board as a scrutinizer for e-voting today. The result will be declared on or before 1st October 2020 after considering the e-voting done today by member participating in this AGM, and also the remote e-voting already done by the certain members. The result along with the scrutinizer report shall be submitted to the stock exchange, NSE and BSE, and will also be placed on the website of the company. As the meeting is convened through VC today, the resolution have already been put to vote through remote e-voting, and the requirement to propose and second it is not applicable. With this, I now handed over the process to chairman and just to compile the questions. Like suppose today's speaker, like suppose if they have any questions, they may please ask, or from the chat box I'll compile and then asking the same to the chairman and CFO. Rupesh bhai?
Yes.
Yeah, I got a request from you. Like you may ask a question. The floor
Okay,
is
sir.
open.
ઓકે થેન્ક યુ સર થેન્ક યુ માન્ય ચેરમેન સર અને બોર્ડના દરેક મેમ્બર. ચેરમેન સર, બેલેન્સ શીટ કલરફુલ. હેલો.
Yeah,
Hello.
you can.
Please proceed.
ઓકે 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 સર થેન્ક યુ. બેલેન્સ શીટ કલરફુલ અને સુંદર બનાવી છે. આ વખતનું પરફોર્મન્સની વાત કરીએ તો પરફોર્મન્સ સારું રહ્યું છે સાહેબ. એક કહેવત છે કે મોરના ઈંડા ચીતરવા ના પડે, એમ મને સંપૂર્ણ ખાતરી છે કે સચિનભાઈ અને તેમની ટીમ આવનારા વર્ષોમાં આનાથી પણ સારું પરફોર્મન્સ આપશે. ચેરમેન સાહેબે સ્પીચમાં કહ્યું તે પ્રમાણે 31 માર્ચ 2020ના રોજ આપણી કંપની પાસે અંદાજે 8,400 કરોડના ઓર્ડર પેન્ડિંગ છે સાહેબ. તે ઘણી સારી વસ્તુ છે અને સાથે સાથે ગવર્મેન્ટ ઓફ ઇન્ડિયા દેશના ઝડપી વિકાસ માટે ઇન્ફ્રાસ્ટ્રક્ચર ઉપર ફોકસ કરી રહ્યું છે અને આ વર્ષે યુનિયન બજેટમાં અંદાજે 92,000 કરોડ રૂપિયા રોડ ટ્રાન્સપોર્ટ અને હાઈવે માટે ફાળવ્યા છે. તેનો પણ લાભ આપણી કંપનીને સારો એવો મળશે તેવી મને આશા છે. અનિશ્ચિતતાઓ અને પડકારોને તકમાં ફેરવી ઉજ્જવળ ભવિષ્ય માટે આપણી કંપની જે ઇન્ફ્રાસ્ટ્રક્ચર ઊભું કરી રહી છે તે ખૂબ જ સરાહનીય છે અને મને આશા છે કે આવનારા વર્ષોમાં ખૂબ જ સારું પરફોર્મન્સ આપણી કંપની આપશે. બીજું સાહેબ, આ વખતે ડિવિડન્ડમાં આપણે નથી અમને મળી શક્યું શેર હોલ્ડરોને, તો મને આશા છે કે આવનારા વર્ષોમાં ડિવિડન્ડ આપણે પાછું આપી શકીએ તેવી વ્યવસ્થા કરવામાં આવે. થેન્ક યુ સર.
ચોક્કસ.
રાજેન્દ્ર મોદી સારું છે. I think we have done with the question probably because the other two speakers have not joined yet. Now, with the permission of chair, meeting is concluded with a vote of thanks and thanks for remaining present to all the directors. And thank you all the shareholders for joining this VC and attending this AGM and make it successful. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.